There are a few different methods used to estimate the value of a property. Each method uses a different conceptual framework for determining value. The 5 methods we'll focus on are the income approach, the replacement cost or summation approach, the sales comparison or market data approach, the comparative or competitive market analysis, better known as a CMA, and automated valuation models. We'll start with the income approach. When using this method, the estimated value of a property is found by taking the net income generated by the property and dividing by the capitalization rate. The net income is the total income for a period of time, called the gross income, minus the expenses paid out for that same time period. The capitalization, or cap rate, is the ratio between the net income and the purchase price of the property. This ratio effectively shows the property owner's return on investment for the property. This is the primary formula used to determine value through the income approach. Net operating income, or NOI, divided by cap rate equals value. The income approach is best suited for properties that generate some kind of income, such as rentals and properties used for commercial purposes. The replacement cost approach, also known as the summation approach, uses a different process for determining a property's value. The value of a property is calculated by looking at the cost of replacing the current property. This cost is known as the replacement value. Another way to think about it is that when someone is considering buying a property, they shouldn't pay more for the property than the replacement cost for a new property. The estimated value of a building shouldn't exceed the cost required to completely rebuild that building in the same location. The estimated value is the construction cost for an equivalent building minus the value that has been lost from wear and age, known as depreciation, plus the value of the land. So, that valuation method could look like this: total construction, or replacement cost, minus accumulated depreciation plus value of the land equals estimated property value. The replacement cost approach works best when it's used to estimate the value of residential properties like houses. When the property doesn't produce any income, this is the method that can be relied upon to find the value. The sales comparison, or market comparison approach, doesn't base the value of property off the cost of a new building or the income generated by the property. In this case, the value is determined by comparing the property to similar properties that have sold in the same market in the same time frame. Adjustments in the price are made by adding or subtracting the value of differences between the subject and compared property. For example, if a comparison property lacks the $50,000 addition to the subject property, $50,000 is added to the sale price of the comparison property to find the appropriate property value of the subject property. The sales comparison approach is effectively what is used when someone carries out a comparative market analysis. A comparative market analysis, or CMA, is a process for estimating the value of a property. A CMA analyzes certain qualities of a property and determines a value based on comparison with other similar properties in that area, called comparables. This analysis is primarily used to establish the proper price range for a property. An automated valuation model, or AVM, is a computerized algorithm used to estimate the value of a property. The most well-known automated valuation model is the Zestimate, which is provided by the online real estate database Zillow. Other AVMs are available through other websites like HomeSnap, MoveUp.com, or ePropertyWatch.com. Since they rely on averages of local property sales, the major weakness of AVMs is that they cannot take the interior condition of any structures into account. Additionally, AVMs can't take into account special circumstances of a property that may increase or decrease the value. Another drawback of AVMs is that they only really provide a range of value and not specific property values. Specifically, the Zestimate uses public appraisal data and data provided by users. It's important to remember that appraisal value isn't market value, which means the Zestimate cannot be anything more than an estimate. AVMs, no matter who is providing them, should only be used to find the general range of a property's value. When you're trying to decide which method to use, keep in mind the kind of property you're examining and the level of detail the client is after.